be really honest with you guys. When I am doing these projects just for me, half the time, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm going to try and good stuff on it. I'm going to try and do the best that I can. Not even gonna lie. It's you're gonna have to bear with me quite a bit, okay? Just saying. I do change my mind at the last minute quite often. If you guys follow me, you guys will learn that very, very quickly. Just saying. Again, I've got my 2 leopard print bags full of craft stuff, and that's kind of like my starting point. So you guys are just kind of along the ride with me. You guys are gonna have to excuse my freshly out of the shower-ness, because I just got off work, and I've got one kiddo upstairs taking a nap, and then the other one's gonna be home from school probably around 3:30. So I'm definitely trying to get as much of this done as I possibly can before they get home. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is the first video that I am going to be doing of Love Letters of a Killer. This will be a channel where I talk about lovers who kill and do super fun and cheap crafts. Now, I am awful at memorizing certain bits and pieces of information in what order they happen. So if you see me looking to my left, but your right, it's because I've got little bullet points on my laptop so I don't forget or get stuff messed up. Because heaven forbid you guys use this as like, I don't know, a topic for a history paper, and then they're like, that's not the order that it happened in. Well, that's what Courtney on YouTube told me. So I'm definitely trying to get the facts right as best as I can. So, let's try this again. Much drier hair and much later outside. Okay, so, yeah, welcome to my channel. This is the first video that I'm going to be doing to start off Love Letters of a Killer. This will also be a channel where I talk about lovers who kill, and I'm also going to do some super fun and cheap crafts. Many of you may not know me, but usually I see do-it-yourselves for like the farmhouse country theme, and that's not really my thing. I'm more like the bougie glitz glam type of person, but I'm also a mom of 3 and 5 fur babies and 1 extra big child. So I'm definitely on a budget, and it's budget friendly, and a lot of people can do it, and I think it's a lot of fun, especially whenever you can do it on your own, because you can make it your own. You don't have to, have it in your house and then you go over to somebody else's house and then see it in theirs. Then you're like, damn, they got the exact same thing. So if you like murder, lust, scandals, and crafts, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're watching on my Facebook page, definitely be sure to like and follow. So without further ado, we will go ahead and we will get started, and I will stop talking. Side note, if you are more interested in the craft portion of this video, I will be dropping just an instruction portion of the video. It'll be this video that I'm doing right now, but the voiceover will be of how I did the project today. I probably won't advertise that one as much, but I will post along with the Love Letters of a Killer portion of it, and I'll put in the description that the instruction version of this video was also dropped, because when I get done editing, it's not going to take much just to do a voiceover. So, Courtney, stop talking and let's go ahead and get into it. So I thought that the very first video would be appropriate if it was one of the quote-unquote first love stories. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about the history of Valentine's Day. So there's mainly two separate stories that are very well known about Valentine's Day. I definitely just kind of followed one just because I didn't want this video to be super, super long. You guys are more than welcome to look up the other version if you'd like, but I'm basically just going to be talking about, you know, one of them. So basically, one legend that focuses around Valentine's Day was that Saint Valentine was a priest in the 3rd century of Rome. Cool, right? Right? Well, back in the toga and eating grape days from the vines, this guy named Emperor Claudius II decided that men were better soldiers if they didn't have wives or kids. So then he outlawed marriage for young men. You know, like naturally, like y'all don't need that for any reason. Well, my main man Valentine was like, no, this is not okay. Like, you can't tell guys not to get some loving and not have some kids, you know? He's like, no, that's just not how it's gonna work. So Saint Valentine would take these couples who were just madly in love to a hidden location and marry them in secret. Even though it couldn't be publicly recognized, the small ceremony of people who did witness it knew the couple was married. It was like, you know, hey, small town, you know, the people who are okay with it, like, we know you're married, Jeff. So, like, don't be trying to come over to my house because I know you're married. Well, when Claudius found out that Valentine was performing these marriages in secret, he got so pissed off. Like, pissed off. And he was like, no, hell no. You guys need to find this Valentine's guy and kill that mother. Yeah, exactly. So, while some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of January to remember the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which I did find out, this goes back like hellas, guys, like hellas. Everyone that's like, oh, it's just a holiday that the Hallmark came up with to get money. Like, no, obviously they're gonna make money off of it. Who doesn't have that end game at the end of the day? Take what everybody, you know, already cares about now and just make money off of it, right? But it was in AD 270. Like, old. But others say that the Christian church may have decided to have St. Valentine's Day in the middle of February in effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of I am going to butcher this. And if I butcher it, please let me know, because that is the last thing that I want to do is offend somebody because I say a word wrong. Lupercalia? I guess that's how you say it, Lupercalia. Now, Lupercalia, I know I butchered that. I just know I did. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. I butchered it. I just did. I just know I did. There's no question about it. I butchered it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It was a fertility festival, and it was dedicated to this god, this Roman god named Faunus, and he was the god of agriculture. And they would also, it was also to the Roman founders, Romulus and Remus. Now, this festival was weird. Like weird. Like, put on your crazy hat, because it's definitely weird. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it for you guys. It would start with people gathering at a sacred cave. And I don't know if you know about Romulus and Remus, but they were obviously the founders of Rome. But there's a whole other story. I'm not going to get in too deep with it. But you guys are more than welcome to look it up if you want. There's this story saying that they were raised by like a she-wolf. And these people would go to these caves for this Lupercalia thing, festival, whatever you want to call it. They'd go to this cave that they assumed was the cave where these two Roman founders were raised by a she-wolf. Makes sense, I guess. The priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility, because that's what I think of. Like, ooh, get me pregnant. I need to go eat some goat first, though. Like, goat cheese, goat. Do people even eat goat? I don't even know if that's a thing. And then they would this makes me so sad. They would sacrifice a dog for purification, which, I mean, it's sad, but I mean, that makes sense. What's more pure than a dog? Like, dogs will love almost anybody unless you're just like a really shitty person. In my experience. Then they would cut the goat's hide into strips and dip them into sacrificial blood and march down the streets, slapping both women and crop fields with the goat hides. Like, who in their right mind thought, you know what? Because I know this wasn't a woman. Because what woman says, oh yeah, slap me with some bloody goat hide. That'll turn me on. That'll get me pregnant real quick. So I know it wasn't a woman. I just know it wasn't. What man came up with the idea that women want to get slapped with bloody goat hide? I don't. That doesn't sound like a turn on for me. I'm going to be completely honest and tell you that it does not sound like a turn on. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. Now, this whole part says that the woman wanted it, but let's be real, guys. Women didn't want this. Let's just be real, okay? We're gonna be real with ourselves. The woman wanted to be slapped with these hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. And if that wasn't weird enough, oh yeah, like, Courtney, how can it get any weirder? I'm about to drop a bomb, okay? Later in the day, according to the legend, this is all according to legend, okay? According to legend. So I don't know how accurate a lot of this stuff is, but I mean, people go to school to study this stuff, right? So, I mean, it's got to be pretty freaking accurate, I'm assuming. All the young women in the city, all the women in the city would place their names in a big urn. Okay, an urn. And then the bachelors of the city would choose a name and become paired for the year with his chosen woman. And according to legend, these matches that they would choose from this urn would often end in marriage at the end of the year. So Lupercalia it lasted the initial rise of Christianity, but where is my brush? I think this is it. But it was outlawed because it was viewed as unchristian. What you'll find through a lot of our holidays, even Christmas, hate to break it to you guys, was originally a pagan holiday, and Christians just Christianized it, basically. So, hate to burst your bubble there, but just a little food for thought. But at the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius? He declared February 14th as St. Valentine's Day. Not long after that, the day became associated with love. I mean, this guy, literally died so that people could be married. So, yeah, I would assume that you'd associate it with love because that was the whole point in his, purpose. Oh my gosh. This, let me tell you guys, this is going to be so cute when it's done. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not living for it. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, because you know what? If you guys decide to do this at home, I don't want to tell you that it's super easy every single time, or every single part is super, super easy, because let me tell you, a lot of these parts test my patience and sanity. I'm just letting you know that now. Anyway, people also believed that it was chosen to be in the middle of February because in the Middle Ages, I don't need that big of a piece. It was commonly believed that in France and England, that February 14th was the beginning of the birds' mating season. So apparently birds were getting it on in the middle of February. Which is also why they decide that it would be a great idea to associate with love, because if birds are getting it on, we should be getting it on. Am I right? But, there was this English poet named Geoffrey Chaucer. I'm gonna butcher everything that's not in the English dictionary. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. And it said that he was the first to record St. Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh. Don't be like this. Come on. You're supposed to look easy. He was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as a day of romantic celebration in his 1735 poem, Parliament of Fowls. The oldest greeting known in history is a poem. The oldest Valentine greeting is from a poem written by Charles, Duke of Orleans, to his wife while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London following his capture at the Battle of Agincourt in 1415. And a few years later, it is believed that one of the King Henrys, hired a writer named John Lydgate to compose a Valentine note to Catherine of Valois. Don't judge me. Now, I know you guys are wondering, because I was literally reading all these articles and I'm just like, okay, bro, like, okay, I get that. Like, that's all fine and cool. Like, Valentine's Day, great, awesome. This guy wanted us to get married and love people. Yay. But where in the fudge does Cupid come from? Like, I know you guys were wondering because I was wondering. Come on, let's just be honest. I don't have a ton going on up there that's rocket science worthy. Well, Cupid, if you don't know, is on the Valentine's Day cards as this cute little naked baby who shoots people with arrows of love at unsuspecting lovers. Yeah. In a diaper. Well, his roots are also in Greek mythology. Go figure. Right? Am I right? He is supposed to be the Greek god of love, Eros. Eros. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right because it starts with an E. According to the Greek archaic poets, Eros was a devilishly handsome immortal who had all of these emotions of gods and men, and he would use the gold arrows to incite love. It wasn't until the Hellenistic period that he was portrayed as the mischievous, chubby little child we all know and love today. I know I look a little different. It's dark again, but it is day 2. I have got all my stuff dried that needed to be dried, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish up this little project, and we're going to finish our story. So here we go. So now people in America began exchanging like handmade Valentines in what they said was the early 1700s. And in the 1840s, Esther A. Howland began selling I really can't talk today. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, guys. I have just not been having the greatest day. I know. Go figure. It's like, go figure. But Esther A. Howland began selling the first mass-produced Valentines in America. Howland, or the Take 2. The mother of Valentine made elaborate creations with real lace, ribbons, and colorful pictures, now known as scrap. apparently somebody invented scrap. I did not know this was a thing, but now I know. But you know, I didn't know for a while that sliced bread was an invention. And, you know, people say, oh, it's the best invention since sliced bread. Yeah. So yeah. According to the Greeting Card Association, an estimated 145 million Valentine's Day cards are sent each year, making Valentine's Day the second largest card sending holiday of the year. Can you guess the first biggest? Come on. Can ya? Come on. It's Christmas, if you... Okay. Well, that will probably... rip to my manicure. That will probably be the least gruesome story that I will ever tell on this channel. But I figured my first video for this channel should be where the lovers began. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Let me go ahead and get my picture up so you guys can see what I've been working on while I've been dabbling. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much. And hopefully you guys subscribed and want to stick around for more. If you stuck around until the end, you're a real one. This is the finished project. I know it's probably a little extra, but that's me. I'm extra. And you know what? It's for my room. So we're just going to go with it. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you all next week. Have a good night.